Good evening and welcome to the Ka Valley Championship Kickball game. My name is Mike Anderson. I'm standing right here on Hobbs Field. Tonight's matchup features the Star Bar Barracudas, the number 5 seed, against the number 2 seed Love Garden Squids. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Ka Valley Kickball, you are in for a treat. Perhaps the biggest sporting event all year long in Lawrence does not take place in Allen Fieldhouse or Memorial Stadium. It takes place right here at Hobbs Field. Another competitive season of Ka Valley Kickball has happened this year. 32 teams, and we are now down to the 2 top teams. I turn now to my right, Jason Cougar Huang. And Cougar, tell us about, we know Love Garden number 2 seed is good. Well, tell us about Star Bar number 5 seed. How'd they get here, and can they win tonight?
They can win tonight. They got here by what they went all along. Is they're fast and aggressive. They're very aggressive on the base pass, and they're just very fast and athletic, which shows that they're they're an upstart team. But don't confuse them with bringing novices. They have 3 players with championship experience from last year's team of Los Luchadores, the former champions of the KVKL, joining forces with the old Eastsider squad, which got knocked out in the first round of the Awesome Bracket Championship.
And of course, what can you tell us about their star third baseman for Star Bar? He's been their MVP all year long. What do you expect from him tonight?
I don't expect anything less from Chris Marshall. This is the second championship game appearance. Last year he won it. He's part of that super group with Los Luchadores, and it showed that he was an instrumental part of a great squad. And to me, he's the best player in the KVKL. He has all the tools. He's fast, he's quick, he throws well, he kicks very hard, and he is a very heady player, and he's a leader. It's because of him and 2 other players from Los Luchadores with the Eastsiders, they elevate this team the way they are and the position that they are at this moment.
And he's going to have his work cut out for him because he's going up against a tough Love Garden team that knows how to play small ball, they're smart, and they play great defense. What can we expect from Love Garden tonight?
Well, expect from this team that they are all season long, steady and smart, and basically not beat themselves up a lot. This is their 5th KVKL championship appearance, winning twice in 2004 and 2007. Like I mentioned before, Mike, they're smart, they're heady, they're crafty, a very veteran-laden team, fantastic on defense, and I mentioned before, they don't beat themselves up with errors and allow their opponents to capitalize on them to basically get advantage on them on the field.
Now, we're going to see a lot of strategy in today's game. One of the things people at home, if they're not familiar with, they're going to see a lot of bunting. Which team has the advantage of bunting? Which team has the advantage in base running, do you think?
I think the advantage of bunting is something like Love Garden. Just like, even though they scored a lot of runs in the regular season, they did that by manufacturing runs. Because they're so veteran-laden team, they understand how to manufacture runs, small ball. Just get on base and move runners over. And that's how they get into a position and get timely hits and get runners in scoring position and capitalize and get those runs in. Now, as far as base running, I give the edge to Star Bar Barracudas. As I mentioned, they're fast, they are athletic, and they're very aggressive. And they basically have no holds bar, and they will not hesitate to get the first, the second, the third to home at any moment's time.
Well, there you have it. Coming up in minutes, the Ka Valley Championship Kickball game right here from Hobbs Field. And welcome back to the Ka Valley Championship Kickball game right here at Hobbs Field, featuring the Star Bar Barracudas and the Love Garden Squids. Now the starting lineups for the number 5 seed Star Bar Barracudas leading off. Number 9, the right fielder Matt Riley, batting second. Number 7, the left fielder Brad Kearns. Batting third for the Barracudas, number 25, the third baseman, big hitting Chris Marshall. Cleanup for the Barracudas, number 3, Colin Bumchin, he's catching. Batting 5th, the shortstop slash catcher, number 13, Brian Thomas. Batting 6th, the second baseman, number 1, Lauren Cohn. Batting 7th, the shortstop, number 2, Nick Devon. Kicking 8th, the rover, Megan Andrews, number 14. She is splitting also with the other rover, number 32, Lauren Andrews. Kicking 9th, number 11, Nicole Jamison. She is the pitcher. Kicking 10th, the first baseman, number 22, Nick Adams. And kicking 11th, the center fielder, number 24, Matt Maygard. And a few stats here for the Star Bar Barracudas. Cougar, what do you got for us?
Well, if you go to the regular season, they're pretty much top 10 in both categories. Fourth in runs per game at 16.4, and seventh in runs allowed at 6.7. But in the playoffs, they have basically shown their offensive prowess. Ranked number 1 of all 16 teams left that went into the awesome bracket here at 17.75 runs per game, and tied for 6th in the awesome bracket teams at 6 runs per game allowed.
And Star Bar got to this with a huge win over number 1 seeded Pita Pit, 13-4 in the semifinals. A huge win for them, certainly, to jettison them into tonight's championship game. Both teams are now huddling and waiting for the first pitch here at Hobbs Field. And I gotta say, Cougar, huge turnout tonight, great crowd tonight, and they should see a wonderful Cobb Valley Kickball Championship game.
Yeah, this is the 6th time that we've had this KVKL title game here at Hobbs Field, starting in 2006, and it's always a treat. It's always packed here at Hobbs Field, not only for the Cobb Valley title game, but also for every game of the week they do at 9 o'clock at night every week during the regular season. Always a great turnout. People come in. They have not only is it players from other teams in KVKL, but those outside the KVKL community that just come to watch, have a good time, and just watch some great kickball. It's a wonderful atmosphere, and we're blessed to have this week by week and every year for the title game.
And if you're not familiar with the rules for kickball, we will be updating you the entire broadcast, but basically the rules are as follows. If a ball is caught in the air before it hits the ground, that is an out. If at any time you are touched with the ball and you are not on a base, that is an out as well, and you get 4 fouls in this game of kickball. Now, Cougar, what can you tell us about this white line here? What is it for? What's the strategy behind it?
Well, the white line is the encroachment line. It is 35 feet in front of home plate. Basically, no one can cross that white line before the ball is kicked. If you do cross it, that is called encroachment, and then that batter gets to go advance 2 bases to second base, and whichever runner gets to also advance 2 bases, such as from first to third, second to home, or third to home.
And the first pitch is on the way, and we are starting this Cobb Valley Championship kickball game. Pitching now for Love Garden is Carolyn McKenna. And you get to choose whatever pick you want. Deep fly ball. Is it caught?
I think it's a trap.
Controversial call.
I think it's a trap.
I
think it's a trap, yeah.
They're saying the ball hit the ground. So Matt Riley leading off will lead off this game with a controversial single. Here comes the replay for that. Matt Riley, a boot. Great strategy here. And what do you think, Cougar?
It was a trap. I saw the ball bounce up there. It's a great attempt by Dave McChristie, but it didn't get the ball hands underneath on time.
Brad Kearns now up for Star Bar. 1 man on and no out to begin this championship game. And the pitch. Deep fly ball left center. And it will be caught by Love Garden center fielder Michael Mayer. Tagging up on the play. Is he called out? He is. A double play to start this inning for Love Garden. A huge double play. As caught tagging up with Matt Riley. Here we go. Huge fly ball here left field. Cougar Matt Riley thought he could tag up. Well, you couldn't. I disagree with that move by the Matt Riley. I know that I mentioned before they're aggressive on the base paths, but the ball's too shallow, and McChristie runs right there to basically get Riley out there at second. I did not agree with that move by Riley. That'll bring up the big hitting of one of the best players in the league, Chris Marshall, the third baseman for Star Bar Barracudas, number 25. As Cougar said earlier, he is one of the top players in this entire league and played in the championship team last year.
Well, actually, in my opinion, I think he is the best player in KVKL league, but that's my opinion. So.
Very choosy right now is Chris Marshall. Now, again, in kickball, you can be very choosy. There are no balls and strikes in this kickball league, so you can talk to the pitcher as much as you want. Shot down left field line, and it's fair. It's going to be extra bases for Chris. He's on his horse, rounding first, and ball was out or back into the infield very quickly, and Chris Marshall is held to a single. Good outfield play there by the left fielder, Love Garden's Chris Ford.
And that's Chris Ford. He's a wily veteran. He's been in the league for, I think his 5th season, and they're always a good position, get the ball in, not allow extra bases.
1 man on now for Star Bar Barracudas, and 2 down. Coming up now for the Barracudas, number 3, Colin Bumchin, their catcher. Colin looks at the first two, doesn't like what he sees. They'll be choosy. Little line drive to left field, that'll get in there for a nice easy single. Just what you want to do in kickball here, Cougar.
That's right.
Hit to the left side and deep, you'll get a base hit every time.
I know it's one of those hindsight 2020 deals, but to me, if Matt Riley would have stayed at first on the fly ball there by Brad Kearns, he would have scored for the first run of the game. Yeah. 2
outs now, that'll bring up Brian Thomas, the shortstop slash catcher. Low star by Barracuda's first pitch, he does not like it all.
Yep.
And back kicks it back to the catcher.
And Brian Thomas came in. Last year he played for the Brew Ballers, who were the runner-up in the Less Awesome Bracket Championship.
He'll kick away, and it's down left field line. Easy play for the Love Garden third baseman, Adrian Proctor. And that'll end with the top of the first. A couple hits there for the Star Bar Barracudas, but they can't put anyone across the board. The score remains 0-0 going into the bottom of the first inning. The lineup now for the Love Garden Squids are as follows. Batting first, the right fielder, Phil Mitchell. Kicking second, the first baseman, Rob Zernikow. Kicking third, the left fielder, Chris Ford. Kicking fourth, the catcher, Walker Douglas. Kicking fifth, the shortstop, Ty Rader. Kicking sixth, their pitcher, Carolyn McKenna. Kicking seventh, the center fielder, Michael Mayer. Kicking eighth, their center fielder also, who splits time, Dave McChristie. Kicking ninth, the second baseman, Sarah Miller. Kicking 10th and alternating will be between the third baseman, Adrian Proctor, and their catcher, Josh Beam. And kicking 11th also, switching off between the rover positions, and the 11th kicking position is Katie Ashmore and Danielle Denier. We are already down the bottom of the first as Love Garden gets their first chance to put some runs up here on the board. Of course, pitching for the Star Bar Barracudas is Nicole Jameson. Shot to right field is cut for the first out. Good positioning there from the Star Bar Barracudas.
And that is Lauren Adams. By the way, is the wife of the first baseman, Nick Adams. Husband and wife there on the team.
Rob Zernikow now up for the Squids, first baseman. 1 out now. And the Love Garden's looking to put some runners on, score some big runs here and take the lead in this first inning of the Kaw Valley Championship kickball game. Pitches in, doesn't like it. Again, you can be as choosy as you want. As choosy as you want, Cougar. Yep. Wait for yours.
And by the way, do not adjust your TV sets. Rob Zernikow does wear an aluminum plated hat. It's a signature item of clothing.
Nice. A little distraction there, maybe,
yeah.
Floyd. I like it.
I just hope there's no storms here. I don't want anyone to get shot.
Good point. Likes this fourth pitch. Down left field. There's Chris Marshall. Oh, and tough play. The first baseman can't get it. Great cannon, as we've talked about earlier. Chris Marshall's got one. First baseman, though, according to Star Bar, could not come up with it there, and already we see it here.
I think that time Marshall he rushed a little bit, tried to get it to first, and short hopped it to Nick Adams, and he tried to pick it up, but it was too much towards first base side, and Nick didn't want to reach over, possibly get interference on the run.
That'll bring up Chris Ford, who will bunting we talked about earlier. Oh, interesting play with the catcher there, too. He flips it to Marshall, who has the cannon. Hopefully get him out, but he is too fast. It's Chris Ford. We got runners on first and second.
And that's a strategy there. Good job by Colin Bumchin. You want to get the ball to your best player and try and get the best play possible with that gun. That is Chris Marshall at third.
Also bring up the number 4 kicker for Love Garden, Walker Douglas, their catcher, with 2 men on and only 1 out. Love Garden here looking for a big inning. Here's the kick. Line drive to center, and it'll drop for a hit. Will the runner score? He will be held up with 1 out, and we have bases juiced here, Cougar, in the first inning.
And that's a strategy there, kicking. It's not like, old school, like recess kickball where you kick the ball as hard as you can around the bases. You got to get placement. That time it dropped over Brian Thomas at short and right in front of Matt Magard. Good kick by Mr. Douglas.
Also bring up Ty Rader with the bases loaded. He's the number 5 kicker and their shortstop. 1 out here for Love Garden, so anything deep, you got to think Cougar is going to score an all-important first run.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the first run in.
Down the left field, and it's out. Chris Marshall, the great catch there. Down the left field line, and that's a huge out for the Star Bar Barracudas.
I think that time, Tyler, just waited a little bit too long to get the right ball there to kick it. And it was too late, easy fly there for Mr. Marshall.
Carolyn McKenna's going to try to bunt. Little did she know that the bases were loaded and the bunt doesn't work out. That'll be the third out. And we will end it. She's not happy about that decision at all as she goes over the dugout. And we will end the first inning with a score of 0-0. We'll be back here with more. Welcome back to the Kaw Valley Championship kickball game here at Hobbs Field. Kicking 6 for the Star Bar Barracudas, their second baseman, Lauren Cohn, up to the plate. Interesting fact about Lauren Cohn, she made the Big East All-Freshman basketball team in 2004.
Yeah, she played for the Syracuse, what was then the Orange Women, and was there for 2 years before he transferred over to Ohio University.
Lauren Cohn being very choosy right now, but you can't blame her in the championship game. Every kick being so important. Looks at that one, wants to kick it, and a little fake there.
Interesting fact there for Lauren Cohn, her sister Kelly played for the KU women's basketball team as well.
Kick by Lauren Cohn, it hit the catcher right after she kicked it.
Yep. I think it's a foul ball.
Foul ball they're calling. Foul ball. She kicked it right in the catcher. Now, for those of you looking at home too, the catcher is also very strategic in his placement, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He or she is. Wherever they get the ball, try to get the short ones there and try to counter the bunt.
Pitch, kick right back to the pitcher, and it'll be easy first out for Lovegarden as Lauren Cohn goes down the first out. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 2, Nick Devin. Nick Devin, according to this, only owns tank tops.
That is true. I played with him last year, and all he wore was tank tops.
So he's a man of his word.
Yeah. And he's a southpaw.
Kick back. Nice little kick to second baseman. The throw dropped by the first baseman from Lovegarden, Rob Zernikow. And that's the first error for Lovegarden as Nick Devin will reach on the single with 1 out.
And that's key because Rob Zernikow, in my opinion, is the best defensive first baseman in the KVKL. Rarely makes a mistake, especially on a easy throw like that. So another one by Lovegarden in the butt later on.
That will bring up for Star Bar their rover, number 14, Megan Andrews. 1 on, 1 out here for the Star Bar Barracudas. Score 0-0 as we are in the top of the second in this championship game. And the pitch, she likes it, a bunt, a perfect bunt. And the throw to first is not in time. And we will have runners on first and second with 1 out. Perfect bunt there, Cougar.
That was a perfect bunt there by Megan. Going to her third base side. Josh did not get a good grip on the, Adrian didn't get the ball quick enough to try to get the throw to first. So well placed there by Megan Andrews.
Nick Devin on second, Megan Andrews on first. 1 out, that'll bring up Nicole Jameson, the pitcher, number 11 for the Barracudas. Interesting facts about Nicole Jameson. Has not made 1 but 2 citizen arrests in her lifetime. I can't say that even name. She's looking for the bunt as well. The throw to third is in time. They'll get Devin at third, which will bring up for the Barracudas the first baseman, number Nick Adams, with 2 outs here in the top of the second.
That time, she would like to have the ball go towards first base side away from Josh. It was right at him, made easy play to Adrian Proctor at third.
Again, you can already see bunting being an important part of both teams. Nick Adams, the first baseman for the Barracudas. Interesting facts about him, he kicks right, farts left, and can write with either hand. That is truly talented.
The farting part, I just can't fart.
Carolyn McKenna still pitching here for Lovegarden. She's thrown some heat in there. But people, of course, in this championship game are going to be choosy. And the pitch in there. Line drive to right side will be caught for the third out. And the score will remain tied at 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the second with Michael Mayer, Dave McChristie, and Sarah Miller. Beautiful weather here at Hobbs Field for this championship game, Cougar. You couldn't have dialed it up any better. And certainly the atmosphere is perfect for a championship game. Look at that crowd.
Yeah, I was a little worried about the weather there. Saw somewhere that maybe a 40% chance of rain here in Lawrence. Fortunately, the 60% overrided here. And it was a gorgeous night. I'm sure Channel 6, they know exactly what temperature it is. It's only like maybe in the high 70s. It's a perfect night.
Michael Mayer now up to the plate. Foul ball on the left side. Michael Mayer joined the Love Garden in 2008 as a journeyman beforehand. He's nicknamed the hardest working man in kickball and Twinkle Toes. He also is ravishing good looking, works at Rudy's, and in his final year of the master's program at the School of Social Work. Line or fly ball left field, easy catch there for the left fielder for Star Bar, Brad Kearns. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the center fielder, Dave McChristie, for Love Garden. No on and one out. And the pitch. Down the middle, doesn't like it though. You see a lot of these kickers not kick the first one, Cougar. Trying to be a little patient here in this championship game. And the pitch. He likes this one though. Down left field, just a bit foul. Great idea then again. Trying to kick it down the left field, make that Chris Marshall throw a perfect throw to get him out.
And Chris Marshall always does a good job judging which one's fair, which one's foul.
And the kick to left field, stumbled a little bit with Brad Kearns, and that'll get in there for a nice single. So one man on and one out for Love Garden. That'll bring up their second baseman, Sarah Miller. Sarah Miller joined Love Garden in 2011. She has amazing defensive prowess, works with children and families at Valio Mental Health Center, Topeka, and plays a sport 7 days a week, it says.
7 days a week?
7 days
Is that a different sport every 7 days a week?
I don't know. Well, we know kickball's one of them on Sundays.
That's true. Very true.
And the nice bunt on the first base side. Is she going to beat it out? And she will. Drop on the first baseman. That'll mean Dave McChristie will round his horse to third. And what are they calling? He's home. He claims he's home.
I think the call is that I think
he got back to the pitcher in time.
Got back to the pitcher in time. Either that or he stopped his forward motion, and once you do that, you have to go back to third. But most likely, the pitcher had the ball in time. He had to go back to third.
So that error means the runners at first and third with one out, and that'll bring up their third baseman, Adrian Proctor.
At that time of the play, that Colin Baumschen tried to make the throw, but unfortunately threw it more toward the foul territory side, making it hard for Nick Adams to corral that throw with a force out.
Adrian Proctor joined LG in 2009, formerly played for Misfortunes and Rudy's, and currently works at Rudy's. Second pitch is a deep fly ball, one out that's got to score one run, and it will, and Love Garden is on the board first as they're out to a 1-0 lead. Nice RBI there for Adrian Proctor. Did exactly what he needed to do, hit it deep. No throw, no cannon would have got him.
And someone like a veteran like Adrian Proctor knows the situation. All you do is get the ball in the air to basically get McChristie from third back to home for the first run of the game. Very heady play.
That'll bring up the roamer, Katie Ashmore, with a runner on first and two out. But again, a run has scored for Love Garden. And the pitch. She looks at that one as well. Katie Ashmore joined in 2004. This is her 5th championship game with Love Garden and currently works at Love Garden. Has battled a quad injury this season, but has been kicking great. One of the most stylish ladies in all of Lawrence, I'm told. Kick to center fielder should be caught. The communication is there and an out. Be the third out of the inning, but the damage was done as Love Garden has now finished batting through their order, and they now have a 1-0 lead. Welcome back to Hobbs Field in the KVKL Valley Kickball Championship. Leading on for the Star Bar Barracudas in the top of the third is number 24, Matt Magar, their center fielder.
Interesting note about him, he's a proud owner of a unicycle with a 26-inch spinner.
Nice. Shot down left field, almost caught, and he'll be on at first. Another costly error for Love Garden. Hopefully it doesn't mean a run.
It was a quasi-easy catch there by Danielle Denier. There, tough catch. I thought she could have caught that ball and got that first out.
Big first runner there for Star Bars. They now have a person on and no out. That'll bring them back to the top of the order. And Matt Riley, their right fielder. Matt Riley got a single in the first inning, that controversial trap in center field, but was caught out, tagging up to second. So he's 1-1 on today's game. And at first, nobody out, and the kick down the left field. They're going to get it out for 2, and they will. Out at second is Matt Magar, but in at first will be Matt Riley. But they got the lead runner, and we've got 1 out here in the top of the 3rd.
I mean, one of the things that if you're a Star Bar Breaker is that they know this is, if you're going to kick it, don't kick weak ones to Adrian Park. He's one of the best defensive third basemen in the league.
Brad Kearns looking for the bunt. Will he be in? And he will. Nice play there from Love Garden. Try to get him out. Brad Kearns a little too fast for that one. An interesting bunt, and it works out as now Star Bar has runners on first and second. We're going to see a replay of that bunt. It almost looks like it hits the catcher, almost catches it out the fly. Nice turn and throw, and just a little late.
That's a tough play for Josh Beeham. He did a good job of maintaining the ball in position with his left hand, but the ball was a little too more faster than he was.
That'll bring up Brad Kearns now for Star Bar. Kick to left field. Another drop of the third baseman. And this will mean runners at first and second. With 1 out now for Star Bar. Star Bar hoping to get something going here in the top of the 3rd to get that run back. They lost in the bottom of the 2nd. Look who's up. Number 25, they're big, hitting third baseman, Chris Marshall. And
as you see there that they're switching the pitchers. They're putting Danielle Keener at pitcher and putting Carolyn McKenna at shortstop.
Interesting maneuver already, Cougar. Do you like that play?
You know what? I think they just want to put her out there because they made 2 key drops there at Rover and put her somewhere in a better position.
And a kick to left field down. Nice kick. Will a score run bobbled by the left fielder. Coming home is Matt Ryland. He will score for the Star Bar Barracudas, and they have tied this game up at 1-1. When it's all said and done, Brad Kearns sits at second, and Chris Marshall with that key kick is at first. We're going to see a replay of that great kick there by Chris. Tough fielding by left fielder there, Loveguard.
And one of the things that you do is that when the ball comes out to you, yeah, you got to do momentum, but you got to secure the ball on the ground. Otherwise, you'll overrun it and go back for it, allowing the runner to get an extra base like that time.
That'll bring up number 3, Colin Bumption, their catcher. Kick to the left, the third baseman should be easy play at third, and it is. That'll mean 2 down now for the Star Bar Barracudas. Chris Marshall getting to second, hustling though on that play. So runner at second with 2 out, and that will bring up Brian Thomas, shortstop slash catcher, number 13 for the Barracudas.
And Brian Thomas is one of the big boots for Star Bar Barracudas. I've seen him kick. He's got quiet legs, so they better watch out.
He has a favorite quote here, but I don't know if I can say it on television. Let's just say it involves a dirty word and rivers and lakes, and he enjoys chasing waterfalls, according to this.
This is the anti-message from a TLC song, Waterfalls.
Huge TLC fan.
It says, don't go chasing waterfalls, just stick to the rivers and lakes we're used to. I agree with that. The heck with waterfalls, I'm afraid of lakes.
Words of wisdom, words of wisdom. And the pitch. They changed back pitchers now again, Cougar.
Yeah, they do this trying to change it up. This is interesting, I don't know.
Boot to left field, that should be in. Nice kick there. And that'll mean base runners are juiced. So bases are now loaded for number 1, Warren Cohn. Chris Marshall is on third. Colin Boomchin is on second, and Brian Thomas is at first. Bases loaded, 2 out here. Big boot, and it's caught. Big catch there by Love Garden shortstop Ty Rader. The damage was done, and Star Bar will even up this game at 1-1 going into the bottom of the 3rd. In the bottom of the 3rd for Love Garden will be the top of their order, starting with Phil Mitchell, Rob Zernikow, and Chris Ford. So far, a good game here at Hobbs Field, and the crowd is enjoying it. The crowd has filled in since the start of the game, and now I don't know if I see Cougar a seat available.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good, Grant, I'm not good with numbers. I never worked with the numbers. Probably a good, maybe 400 people there here in the stands.
I mean, this is a good guesstimation. Like I said, it's always filled here at Hobbs Field. All these people, just especially for the KVKL title game, it's just a wonderful atmosphere, and so blessed for Hobbs Field to shelter this for us in the KVKL for a title game.
Bottom of the third, score 1-1 here, Hobbs Field for the championship. By the way, the umpire for today's game, head umpire Troy Pomeroy at home base, will be calling this game. And tough game to call here at home plate. One bad call could mean everything. And the kick deep to center fielder. Nice catch though of the center fielder for Love Garden.
If you go down and look at other referees for the Goats is Shahir Ibrahimi at first, at third base James Finley, and scorpion is Brandon McKeever for Sacred Sword.
Correction, that catch was for Starboard, not Love Garden. That'll mean 1 out with Rob Zernikow, the man with the aluminum hat, coming up. Oh, nice catch there from the second baseman for Starbar. Starbar flashing the leather, so to speak, in this bottom of the third inning.
That's Lauren Cohn. She experienced catching, hard balls because she, of course, played basketball, so she's used to those hard passes going to her hands.
Chris Ford up now, not looking at the first pitch, and he's kicking the left field, and he'll be on. Chris Ford now is 2 for 2 in this game. Batting third, or kicking third rather, for Love Garden. That'll bring up Walker Douglas, the catcher. That's
a good kick by Chris Ford. Again by Chris Marshall. Marshall went a little bit to his left to try to anticipate the grounder, but he got through.
Walker Douglas kicking the first one. He sees him deep to right field, and it is caught by Starbar. In almost a 1-2-3 inning, this game remains tied at 2-all as we head to the top of the fourth. We'll be right back with more Kaw Valley Kickball Championship right here on Channel 6. Welcome back to Hobbs Field here for the Kaw Valley Championship game. We got a barn burner, 1-all here as we go to the top of the fourth. This will bring up Nick Devon, the man who only wears tank tops. He's 0 for 1 on today's game. It was got out at third on a ground ball.
He also holds a record, KVKL record for the longest pickle averted while safety making the next base.
Hard kick, are they gonna get him? And he's called safe, close play at first. Wheels does Nick Devon have, and he's on at first with nobody out.
And he's one of the many players for Star Barracudas. One of their best attributes is speed. And he's one of the faster players on the Star Barracuda squad.
It should bring up number 32, the roamer, Lauren Andrews. This will be her first kick of the game, and she bunts. And it'll get the runner over to second. So effective bunt there by number 32, Lauren Andrews, and Nick Devon is on his way to second with 1 out. That'll bring up number 11, the pitcher, Nicole Jameson. She is 1 for 1 with a single on today's game.
And last game against Pita Pit in the 9th inning, she got a strikeout. She got a player to go 4 fouls. Yeah.
Nicole Jameson kicking the first one and bunting. Good bunt. Are they going to get her at first? High throw will go astray. Oh, Nick Devon might be caught in a pickle, but he'll get back to third. But all said and done, we got runners at first and third, and only 1 out.
That was a strange throw there by Walker, is that he had to play, but I guess he slipped out his hand on a chest pass and sailed over Rob Zerko at first. Hopefully that doesn't, bite, Love Garden. Good job there by Jameson to advance the runner.
Nick Adams now kicking for Star Barracudas. 0 for 1 in today's game. Number 22, the first baseman. First pitch is a deep one. Will that score the run? Catching, and will easily score Nick Devon. And once again, Starbar will take a lead as they are now ahead 2-1.
And just like what Adrian did in the second inning, is just get the fly ball to advance the run from third to home, and a good heavy play by Nick Adams.
Bring up the center fielder, Matt Maygard, number 24. He's the proud owner of Unicycle, as Cougar said. He also prefers French kissing because it requires 34 muscles compared to only 2 for puckered kisses. Interesting, man.
Thank goodness for Wikipedia. Tough info.
Matt Maygard 1 for 1 on today's game with a single. He's looking for a big hit here. 1 on and 2 out. Kick to left field, just in front of the fielder. And they'll bring it to first and second with 2 out. Tough play though, Cougar.
That was a tough play. At that time it was Katie Ashmore, the veteran. Much tougher play, trying to dive in front of her and to her right. That's a good placement by Maygard, and I don't think Ashmore would have got that, but again, nice effort by the veteran.
That'll bring up Matt Riley, is 2 for 2 and leading off for this game, and has a run. Down the first base side, though, easy play for Love Garden's first baseman, Rob Zernikow. And that'll be it for this inning, but the damage again has been done, and Star Bar again takes the lead at 2-1 going into the bottom of the fourth. Well, we will have tie rater Carolyn McKenna and Michael Mayer coming up for us. Great game so far, again, like we're saying, Cougar. We knew it was going to be a close game. Obviously, it's a championship game, and you get the feeling that it might come down to one kick at the end.
And this type of game actually kind of favors Love Garden, because a game like a team like Star Bar Barracudas, again, #1 of all teams that have reached in the awesome side of the bracket. Want to put more of a track meet, whilst Love Garden, known for their staunch defense, wants to keep it 7 runs or less per team.
Shortstop Tyra Rader up for Love Garden. He is 0 for 1 on today's game. Tyra Rader joined the team in 2011 and recently graduated with his master's from KU. His favorite food is ketchup.
Favorite food?
Is that a food or a condiment?
That's a condiment is a food, but well, first of all, I'm a relish guy. Yeah.
Deep kick to right center, and will be caught though for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth.
I guarantee a relish guy would have got hit on that kick.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Carolyn McKenna. She is 0 for 1 on today's game. Carolyn looking for the first runner here in the bottom of the fourth. She joined the team in 2011 and works as a para-educator for Lawrence Public Schools. She is a very dependable teammate and once completed 24 crossword puzzles in one sitting.
Oh, goodness.
And the kick lined up the middle, tipped, caught by Daniel, throw to first, and a great play. Wow, flashing the leather, Star Bar in that play.
It's a great play there by Nick over there, shortstop. And
Nick Devin.
Nick Devin, he made the turn. What happens when he's a lefty, he can make that turn. If you see on the replay, it goes off Jameson's hands, turns left, and a lefty throw makes the easy play over to Adams. Made that hard play look easy.
2 down now for Love Garden. The bottom of the fourth will bring up Michael Mayer. And the kick. Chris Marshall has it. There's that cannon. They'll get him out. There's 1, 2, 3 down is Love Garden. And they'll put up 0 in the bottom of the fourth, which means we'll go in the top of the fifth with Star Bar, the 5 seed, leading the 2 seed, Love Garden, 2-1. We'll be back more after these messages. Welcome back. It's the top of the fifth inning. Score 2-1. Star Bar Barracudas over Love Garden. Up now is the left fielder, number 7, Brad Kearns.
Of course, Brad Kearns was a member of that Los Luchadores who won the championship last year.
So his championship experience. Hard line of the shortstop, but caught. Tough out for Brad as he leads off this top of the fifth inning. That'll be the first out. This will bring up again Chris Marshall. Chris is 2 for 2 on this game, and if Star Bar is going to win, they need him to be 2 for 2.
It's a nice little play by Ty Rader, who came from left center field, play into short. Easy play.
Chris Marshall, according to my stats, once ate 6 feet of bubble tape to win a bet and prefers to drink out of a straw.
6 feet of bubble tape.
Tough play for the third baseman, off his hands. He won't get it. Won't be a throw to first. And Chris Marshall will go 3 for 3 on the day with a single.
That's a very hard kick there by Chris Marshall. Like I say, Adrian Proctor, one of the best defensive third basemen in the league. He made that catch maybe 8 out of 10 times. Like Chris Marshall kicks the ball very hard. Hardly anyone make that type of play with that hard a ball coming into their face.
Colin Bumchin now up for the Star Bar Barracudas, 1 man out and 1 out. Colin eats yolk-only omelets. And a favorite random fact for Colin, the first known contraceptive used was crocodile dung, Egypt 2000 BC. Thank you for that one, Colin. Ground ball third base, and Roger can't come up with it. And now we have runners at first and second, and only one out. Two tough plays there for him.
A rare error there by Adrian Proctor. That's an easy play from him. Maybe he's rushing because of the speed of Colin Bumshin. He had time, yeah, you think so. Speed is an element, and it makes the defense nervous.
Brings up Brian Thomas, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a single.
We hope that for Loveguard that Adrian Proctor does not, let those two plays get into his head.
1 out, 2 on, fly ball left field, line drive. We'll get down. We'll see if Chris Marshall goes. He doesn't. And now bases are loaded now with 1 out. And that'll bring up Lauren Kuhn.
Marshall was thinking about rounding third to get to home, and he has the speed to do so. And Chris Ford, once again, almost overran that ball, but fortunately he got control of it and disallowed Chris Marshall to go any further.
Lauren Kuhn 0 for 2 on today's game, and she comes up at a very crucial time for the Barracudas. Love Garden's doing some shifting now. They know how big this at-bat is.
We now have Rader there at shortstop, and McKenna over there at pitcher, and Daniel Keener over at second base. So they're definitely making a tighter defense in the infield for Cone.
Lauren Cohn, of course, if you just tuned in, made the Big East All-Freshman basketball team 2004, so she is an athlete, and she's looking for a big hit today. Right back to the pitcher, tough play. Are they going to get in at home? Safe. Oh, and we'll have bases loaded, and we will do it again, Cougars. Chris Marshall scores on that one to extend the lead. We're going to see that again. Tough play by the pitcher, almost comes up with it. One play to home.
And it's just one of those deals that it was slowed down by McKenna, and it's just one of those deals. Had not gone through McKenna and not been touched, Ty Rader would have got Marshall at home.
Nick Devin now up. The kick to the first base side. This will probably score a run, and everyone's safe. Tough defensive play, and another error for Love Garden in this top of the 5th inning.
Wow, that's 2 errors there for Rob Zernikow. Very rare for Zernikow to make 2 errors in a game. I don't know if he has 2 errors the whole season. Mentioned he's the best defensive first baseman in the league. Uncharacteristic game for Mr. Zernikow. Wow.
So should we bring up number 14, Megan Andrews, the Rover. She is 1 for 1 on today's game. This should be a foul ball off the catcher.
And I mentioned before, the element of speed. When you see, Bombshin reached first, when Adrian Proctor rushed that throw, and you see Nick Devin reach first there. Again, speed is really affecting the Love Garden stout defense.
There's the kick, high in the air. Will it be caught? Will it run? And bluffing the runner there with thirst was Brian Thomas. Nice little bluff there by Brian Thomas. Might as well get him to throw that ball, see if he overthrows it.
Right. That kick was too shallow enough for him to reach home. He has good speed, but there at right field is Phil Mitchell, the crafty veteran. He's got a good arm there going home.
So we'll bring up number 11, Nicole Jamison, the pitcher, with Brian Thomas at third, Lauren Cohn at second, and Nick Devin at first. Line drive, caught. A little frustration there by the third baseman Proctor, but he gets that one. Little damage has been done, though. They scored 2 that inning, which will extend their lead to 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th, which will bring up Dave McChristy, Sarah Miller, and Josh Beal. That was a huge inning there. If you're scoring at home for the Star Bar Barracudas to put up 2 to extend their lead here in this game.
And again, 2 key errors by 2 of the better defensive players in the league that allowed Star Bar Barracudas to capitalize on there. But again, speed is it is an element that can make defenses nervous. And even though the best defense in the regular season have allowed Love Garden made errors.
Dave McChristy, center fielder, up now for Love Garden. And you're right, Cougar, they're probably rushing some of their plays because they know the speed of the Star Bar Barracuda, something we talked about coming into this game.
And of course, Dave McChristy, he's going for his 3rd KVKL title, 1-1 with Jensen's back in 2005, and with Love Garden back in 2007.
According to my records, he never forgets a name and is currently a participant in a research study on people with photographic memories.
Maybe go see him.
boot down left field side. Foul ball. We'll do it again. Dave McChristy trying to get some back, some of those runs that Love Garden lost in that inning as they are down 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Dave doesn't like that one either.
And I say this about David Christie, he's one of the pickier kickers in the league. He'll take a lot of pitches to try to frustrate the defense and the pitcher as well.
He likes this one though, and the boot left field side, just a bit foul as it gets past Chris Marshall over at third. It's gotta be a little bit intimidating too, Chris Marshall, or when you see Chris Marshall at third, Cougar, and you know he can gun you down no matter what.
And he's like someone like Chris Marshall did a good job at guarding the third base line. He's been 2 for 2 so far in that department.
He likes this one, deep fly ball center, and will be caught for the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Dave McChristy not happy with himself there, trying to shake that one off. Didn't like that bat at all. It'll bring up the second baseman, Sarah Miller, who plays sports 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Second baseman, she's 1 for 1 on today's game.
I want to see all those 7 sports. One of them like cricket, or one of them is like highlight.
Oh, nice highlight.
Highlight, yeah.
Nice highlight. Wow,
I would never play that.
Where's the caviar here? Oh my goodness. There's your yacht parked around behind back. And the pitch. A bunt, nice bunt. I think they throw it home. Boom, chin to throw to first. Or did it hit her? Safe is the call at first. Good bunt there by Sarah Miller, and she'll be on. We're going to see that again here. Wonderful bunt here by Sarah Miller.
They got towards the center field there, try to go with the bomb shin and try to make the good throw. However, it was wide and towards McKenna. And like I said, Nick Adams, for fear of an interference play, didn't want to reach out too far or cause a collision.
This will bring up the catcher for Love Garden, Josh Beam. He's, of course, alternating kicking with Adrian Proctor, so this is his first time up today. And on the kick, looking for a little bunt there. Chris Marshall bare hands it, throw to first, almost gets it. Oh, and she's caught. She's caught in between second and third. Tough out there, and tough base running by Sarah Miller.
I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what Sarah Miller was thinking. Is why she was around second. She stayed there because Nick Miller was ready to fire away. As overrunning it, I didn't understand what she was doing. She should just stayed there.
That'll bring up Danielle Denier, the roamer. Again, she has not batted yet because of the alternation between her and Katie Ashmore, and she will bat with 1 person on and 2 out. And the kick down the right field side should be easy play there for Starbar. Will tap on it, and that will end this 5th inning. And the score remains 4-1 Starbar. You're watching Channel 6. Back with more championship kickball after this. Welcome back to the KVKL Valley Championship kickball team. Cougar, you were mentioning it during break. A little surprised by the errors Love Garden has done. And now they're a little powwow here.
I am a little surprised. Like I mentioned there, speed is the key. For Love Garden, they knew this. If they're going to have a really good chance to win this game, they're going to have to limit their mistakes and not allow Starbar Barracuda's speed on the base pass to affect their defense. And like I said, all season long, they're always in a good position. Same token, on the base pass, you can tell they're a little bit anxious and trying to make things happen. But when you do that, try to rush yourself, you get yourself in trouble. And just like what happened to Sarah Miller, she rounded second and then intended to go in third, but then just froze. And allowed herself to be easy picking to be tagged out after reaching second. It's just.
So hopefully that powwow they had, Love Garden, they had calm themselves down there right now. Nick Adams, the first baseman, number 22, now up for Starbar Barracudas as they enter the top of the 6th inning, leading 4-1. Kick by Nick Adams, center fielder, is it cut? And it is by Dave McChristy. There'll be 1 down here for the Starbar Barracudas. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 24, Matt Nagard, who is, again, prefers French kissing.
French kissing. So he's trying to go with some ladies out there at Replay Lounge. Trying to get something, I don't know.
Well,
French kissing.
I'll tell you one thing, Cougar, if he's hosting up that trophy, he's going to have a lot more opportunities for French kissing. He's probably thinking of that right now. Hit to left field, and he'll get on there again. And Matt Nagard, 3 for 3 in today's game, and boy, he's having a good one, and a great time to have it. That'll bring up the top of the order, Matt Riley, the right fielder. He's 2 for 3 on today's game with a run. Man on first, 1 out here in this top of the 6th inning.
And it says here he prefers, just like many kids, prefers to start with dessert and work his way to the entree.
His favorite movie, Silent Rage.
What is Silent Rage?
No idea.
No idea?
Play at first is safe.
Safe.
I've been told it has Chuck Norris in it, and he was Chuck Norris-like with that speed on his way to first, beating out that throw, Cougar. Impressive.
Again, anything with Chuck Norris is awesome. No questions asked.
Agreed. Brad Kearns with the bunt. 2 men on, 1 out. The throw to third, and they're going to call him out. No call yet from the Goats umpire. Is he safe or out?
Oh my gosh,
if he's safe,
I don't know.
If he's
I don't know
safe,
if it hit him. He had the best play. Is he calling him safe? He had, no, that would be James Finley for the Goats had the best angle. And I didn't look. I'm sure maybe a replay would show.
We're going to see this replay.
Let's see this. This is tough.
Is he out from that angle?
I don't think he was. I don't think he was touched. I don't think it touched him.
Well, he kept running. I'll say
it did touch him. Okay.
He kept running like it didn't touch him.
Like I said, James Finley for the Goats, the third base ump, has the best angle where the ball touched Magard's shoulder.
So they're calling him out then.
Yes.
So Matt Magard trying to get the third is called out for the 2nd out of this inning. Brad Kearns is at first. Matt Riley's at 2nd.
And you know, that time I think Magard, you know, granted hindsight 2020, might have better served just slide into third to avoid that tag.
Especially with Chris Marshall coming in.
Yeah.
3 for 3 on today's game with a run. To right, diving play, almost caught right in front of us.
Phil
Mitchell, diving play, trying to rob. A foul ball no matter what, but it's been a huge 3rd out, especially with Chris Marshall.
Sure. That's a tough play for Phil Mitchell. He's a really good right fielder, but not many players would have got that ball basically 20 feet away to his left.
Now Chris Marshall will do it again. Random fact for Chris Marshall, according to this, he says the King of Hearts is the only king without a mustache.
Right.
Third baseman Chris Marshall, again, 3 for 3 in today's game. 2 people on and 2 out.
If you notice here, for pitching for Loveguard is the veteran Katie Ashmore. Usually plays for over Adrian Proctor at third, but she's pitching.
On the pitch. Chris Marshall being choosy. He's got to be choosy though with 2 men on.
That's 3 different pitchers there by Loveguard, and I don't know what the strategy is there for Loveguard. We'll see. And each of these pitches you see, they're pretty jumpy, and Chris Marshall's being very patient with it as he should.
Runner on first and second. Already have a lead deep to left field, and that's going to score a run. That's going to score a run. Coming home with a fast one is Matt Riley, and he will score in this game. Another huge hit for Chris Marshall as he has a double. Will bring him to 4 for 4 in this game. Matt Riley scores, extending the lead to 5-1. And when it's all said and done, Brad Kearns ends up at third.
I think
that kick again.
I think that time Ty Rader was playing there at left center field here. He tried to get ambitious, tried to get Matt Riley home, but with that speed, better hold up and limit the base runners from advancing. Unfortunately for Love Garden, Brad Kearns goes to third. Mr. Marshall goes to second.
Big 2-out hit by Chris Marshall will bring up the catcher, Colin Bunchen. Again, another pitcher change here for Love Garden, trying to get something going. The kick, left, knocked down the throw, and not going to throw it back to first. Proctor, as he'll just hold it. Tough catch, though. That would have been a tough catch for him.
Tough catch, yeah.
So no damage done, but still another base run.
Base run is Daniel Keener now is pitching for Love Garden. So already just 2 quick pitching changes. This is like a revolving door. It's like, even I can't keep up with this.
I'll bring up Brian Thomas, shortstop / catcher, number 13 for the Barracudas, with bases loaded and 2 out. Star Bars pretty much doing all of their damage with 2 outs. Deep kick to left field on his horse and caught by left field. A great catch by Chris Ford out there in left field. But again, 1 run they'll put across the board for Star Bar, and they will extend their lead to 5-1 going into the bottom of the 5th, which will feature the top of the order for Love Garden. Phil Mitchell, Rob Zernikow, and Chris Ford, who just made that catch. We're glad you could join us here on Channel 6 watching the Cobb Valley Championship kickball game here at Hobbs Field in Lawrence, Kansas. Let me tell you, kickball Lawrence, Cougar, this game is huge.
It's huge. We're blessed to be the 10th year of the KVKL. Like I said, this is the 9th title game for the KVKL, 6th here over at Hobbs Field. And it's just a wonderful league. The commissioner's great, the board members are great, and the people that that make the league happen, especially those in 32 teams, make it just so wonderful. 70 on Sundays, and keep us all young. And I hope we keep this going on for another 10, 20, 30 years.
Kicking first for Love Garden, Phil Mitchell is a proud new father of baby Olive and a teacher at Free State. First pitch doesn't like it, purposely swings and misses.
I don't know if that's what he's telling his daughter how kickball is on the first one.
Formerly played with the Rudies, he's a co-captain. And the bunt by Boomshin, the throw to first, and we'll get Phil Mitchell first. Great play by the catcher Boomshin and Starbar, and that'll lead to one out.
It was the right idea for Phil Mitchell to bunt. The problem was it was too short. That allowed Boomshin here, if you can see here, it was too far up front, and he was able to field the ball. An easy play to Nick Adams at first.
Rob Zernickow coming up next. Wears bright reflective clothing to signal aliens, according to this. Deep fly ball left field and caught. And that'll be quick 2 outs here, Cougar, for Love Garden. You gotta think right now, are they pressing a little too much?
I think they're pressing a little bit. I think the better serve to try to manufacture runs, like I mentioned. They're really, really good at bunting. But like I mentioned, they're pressing into it, trying to do a little bit too much. Panic mode, possible.
6th inning. This will bring up Chris Ford, and it's just, they're calling it fair?
Yes, it is.
They're calling it fair. From my angle, it looked foul, but they're calling
think it was fair.
It is fair.
I think it looked like it hit the chalk.
We have a replay here. This is a left field shot right down the line. You can't see it from that angle. We called up by the third.
I saw it there. It looks like it hit chalk.
Okay, chalk flew up.
That was a good call there by James Finley for the goats, the third base umpire.
Walker Douglas now up for Love Garden, the catcher. He's 1 for 2 on today's game. So Chris Ford, huge double there as Love Garden trying to get something started in this bottom of the 6th.
And hopefully you get a big kick, because Walker Douglas, a former KU punter, and it says there can literally kick it a mile.
Well, he's going to need every bit of that today.
Right, and it says here 295 is a center field. We'll see if he goes through.
The field base hit. They'll run the ball in quickly. And he's caught in between first and second. He'll make it a second.
Yep.
Starbar not paying too much attention. Walker Douglas, and he'll end up at second. Chris Ford heads up play by Walker Douglas. He'll end up second. Chris Ford at third.
It was a good play there by Brian Thomas to run the ball in, try to hold the runner at third. But then, what he could have done is could have thrown it to Nicole Jameson a little quicker and not allowed Mr. Douglas to run from first to second.
Phil Mitchell coming in there giving words of encouragement or strategy to Ty Rader, the shortstop. And he'll kick a little bunt in the left field line, and Chris Marshall, smart play, let it go foul. Smart play there by the third baseman, Chris Marshall.
As I mentioned, he's not only is he gifted physically, kicking, running, and throwing, a very heady player, a veteran player. That's why, in my opinion, best player in the KVK.
Ty Rader will do it again. 2 on, 2 out, third and second. And the pitch. Across the plate, doesn't like it though. Doesn't like it, throws it back to Boomshin, throw it back to the pitcher. And we'll do it all over again.
For Mr. Ketchup.
For Mr. Ketchup. Ty Rader kicked left field. Great catch by Chris Marshall. And that's a backbreaker for Love Garden. And that'll be the third out here in the inning. And the score still remains at 5-1. We'll be back more at Hobbs Field with the Cobb Valley Kickball Championship. Top of the 7th at Hobbs Field in the Cobb Valley Kickball Championship game. Up now for the Star Bar Barracudas, their second baseman, Lauren Cohn. She's 1 for 2 on today's game. There's the bunt.
Kick. That's a double kick.
And we'll do it again.
In case you're wondering, a double kick is wherever you kick it once and you kick it again. Just a double kick. It counts as a dead ball, foul ball.
Star Bar Barracudas leading in this game 5-1. And the kick to left field is a perfect kick for the first runner of an inning. Great kick there by Lauren Cohn, and she's on first, nobody out.
Who says she's just a basketball player? I mean, a very well-placed kick to go too far to the left of Adrian Proctor to get into the hole at shortstop. She's well placed there by Lauren Cohn.
I'll bring up Nick Devon, our tank top guy.
Tank top.
1 out, no out. Boy, if Star Bar can add to this lead, we're going in these final innings, putting a lot of pressure on Love Garden. Looking to kick it to left field, looked like it was Nick Devon, and just got none of it. Lauren Cohn at first. Nick Devon of the play looking to kick one on. And he'll bunt to the first base side. Will he make it? He's got the speed, the throw. She went for him. They're calling him safe. They're calling him safe. A big overthrow, and she's not happy about it at all. This Love Garden pitcher. She is letting the umpire have it. She's letting the umpire have it.
You know what? That's a tough play by Karen McKenna. Is that it was going to the first base side. Her only play was to tag the runner with the ball. A tough angle we got to Rob Zerko at first, and it looks like, I don't know if the replay is here, it did look like it did not touch Devon. It's a replay.
Here we go, right here. Now she's trying to throw at him, of course, which will get him out. The throw. Boy,
I don't think it touched it. And like I said, Shahir for the Goats had the best angle. And if you say it didn't touch Devon, it didn't touch him.
Well, Nick Devon is now 4 for 4 in today's game, and that'll bring up number 32, Lauren Andrews.
And I mentioned before, speed, speed, speed. It's really getting into Love Garden's defense. It's really made Love Garden press, made, uncharacteristic error. Although that wasn't an error, it's just an overthrow. It's a tough play by Karen.
Megan Andrews purposely doesn't catch it, and everyone's going to be safe. Questionable call by Love Garden defense.
Wow, that's, I don't know. It's a Ty Rader, another error there by Love Garden. It should have been a caught ball there, and we throw it to first. Yeah, Zernikar should have made in position, but I think it was in there to make a tired defense in case of a short ball towards his side at first base.
That'll bring up Nicole Jamison, the pitcher, number 11, but the most important stat of right now is that bases are loaded with nobody out. And the kick up the middle. The throw comes home. Will it be in time? It'll not be. And not only does Star Bar score, but they get another runner without giving up a run.
And you know what? Good job by there, Nicole Jamison, to kick it to the soft belly of the defensive kick. Right there, he could not get to Adrian. And this time it was Keener trying to throw it to home, but it was too wide, and Josh Behar cannot throw out a throw to get the force at home.
Lauren Cohn will score on that play. Nick Devon to third. Megan Andrews is second. Nicole Jamison at first. This will bring up the first baseman, number 22, Nick Adams, is 0 for 3 in today's game.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm very impressed by Star Bar Barracuda's
placement.
And it's placement, and they play a little bit of small ball. Usually they want to kick away, and they have big boots, and they run around the bases. But this time they're manufacturing a run and try to use their speed, put some pressure on Love Garden defense, and they've been very successful at getting this 5-run lead, excuse me.
Nick Adams, tough play at third. Are they calling her safe?
They call her safe.
They call her safe. No, the throw was wide. They'll score 2. On the third, she'll get in there at 3. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Frenzy. Nick Devon's going to score. Megan Andrews coming around the throw and didn't get her. Nick Devon's going to score easy on this play. It seems like an easy play at third. But somehow Megan Andrews pulls a Houdini. Lines up at home, the throw can't get her.
Well, Danica, she tried to throw at, what was it, at the runner, but instead of tagging her, she tried to throw it right at her and missed. Allowing the runner to go to home.
So Nick Adams is on at second. On her horse was Nicole Jamison. She'll end up at third. And Matt Maygard is up, our French kisser is up to the plate with, now keep in mind, we've already seen 3 runs scored here by Star Bar, and there's nobody out.
There's nobody out.
Star Bar boot to the right side, caught in there, nice catch there by the first baseman.
Again, real quickly is that people notice there about Star Bar, almost any kickball, do not limit your extra outs to your opponent, especially like someone like Starbar. If you keep giving them out, they will make you pay. And right now, Love Garden they're getting punished for errors because caused by the speed of Starbar Barracudas.
And ran to the top of the order, Matt Riley. It was 3 for 4 in today's game. One out here in the top of the 7th, but some damage has been done as 3 runs have already come across.
And Mark Conner right.
Starboard. Shot to left field. Everyone's going to get on. They're going to score a run again.
Good play.
One more come across. Great kick there from Matt Riley as he gets a single.
That's a good question. Don't do too much. Kick it right at the soft belly of the defense, allowing Jameson to run towards home. Good placement by Riley.
Nicole Jameson scores on that play. Matt Riley to first. That'll bring up Brad Kern. 1 out and 2 on. Easy play at third. They'll throw to second. Try to get him. Kearns is on with a base hit, and Matt Riley goes on to second. Nick Adams getting out there at third for the second out in this inning.
And I don't want to dogpile on Loveguard, but I've already counted 6 errors already tonight by Loveguard. A very uncharacteristic defensive game by Loveguard. I'm shocked that they are not on their A game on defense.
They picked the worst game to do it all in the championship game.
And I mentioned before, in the playoffs, they're first of all the Austin bracket teams at 2.5 runs allowed per game.
Chris Marshall's perfect, batting 1,000 in this game, and the throw will be out. And the runner to second there, Brad Kearns. The damage has been done. 4 runs were put up in that inning. 6, 7, 8 to 1 is what I've got. And is that what they've got? Well, we're going to go to break. We're going to figure out how many runs was exactly scored there, what we have. We're going to come back with more here in the KVKL Kickball Championship game right here on Channel 6. And welcome back to the KVKL Championship Kickball game. As tradition with the kickball game of the night here in Lawrence, our own Cougar leads a rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball game during the 7th inning stretch. And I got to tell you, this championship game was no less exciting than the other night. It was much more exciting as we got a packed house tonight. There it is, Cougar right there leading us and Take Me Out to the ballpark. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jokes.
Wow.
As tradition, of course, here at Hobbs Field.
Who's that hideous-looking man trying to sing?
I think it's an attractive man out there. Oh my goodness, how many people want him tonight? Unfortunately, there's only 8 lucky people will be going home with him.
Well, I'll do this every game of the week, try to take me out to the ball game. Our crowd seems to like it. They ignore the awful singing. It's
tradition.
It's tradition. It's tradition. But I enjoy it. They love it. Well, one thing's for sure, I will not be quitting my day job to be William Hunky.
Got it. Well, if you're just tuning in, this is the KVKL Kickball Championship game, and it sits now at 9 to 1 in the bottom of the 7th.
This is very similar to the game that Starboard had against the top seed at Pita Pit, which they had a big lead. I believe it was 10 to 2, and they basically pulled away from Pita Pit, which like they do, speed, and forcing opponent's errors. Same with Pita Pit, a great defense, and same with Love Guard, a great defense, making a lot of characteristic errors.
And you beat Pita Pit 13 to 4 in the semifinal game against Starbar. And off to a commanding lead here. 3 more innings, 9 more outs though for Love Guard to try to get back into this one. Carolyn McCann, the pitcher, is 0 for 2 in today's game, is up at the plate, trying to get something started for the Love Garden Squids.
Actually, compare 24 cross pulses to 1 single. I can't do 1 word per time.
It is impressive. Tip ball on the left side, and she'll get on. A much-needed base runner here for Love Garden as they have to get something started.
If you're Love Garden, they know this, they're going to do it 1 at a time. You cannot try to be the hero and try to get all at once, all 8 runs back.
There is no 8-run home run, that's for sure. This will bring up Michael Mayer, center fielder. He will bunt, and will he get on? Chris Marshall to throw. They're calling him out. He bobbled the first baseman a little bit.
I think he maintained control.
Calling him out.
I think it's a good call. Chris Marshall, let's see the replay. He could have let this ball go foul towards the first base side, And yeah, I think that was a good call. Yeah, Nick Adams at first base. Just maintain control.
Again, Chris Marshall showing the leather. He'll do it again. Can he do it? Here's the throw. Big throw by Chris Marshall.
No,
Get him out.
no.
And they're trying to get her out there.
Oh,
Double
my
play.
goodness.
Tough base running play by Carolyn McKenna, trying to get around, getting something started. Dave McChristie's out at first, and it's an unorthodox 1-2-3. But Love Garden will go down in order, and that'll lead us to the top of the 8th inning here. 9-1 House Field back with the last 2 innings here on Channel 6. Welcome back to the Cobb Valley Championship kickball game. Top of the 8th now. Colin Bumshin leading off the top of the 8th for Star Bar. They are up 9-1 and looking to add to that lead.
Colin Bumshin, he said he's 3 for 3 from air.
And fly ball right field, that'll be an out. Important now for Love Garden, certainly. That'll bring up Brian Thomas, the shortstop/catcher, who is 2 for 4 in today's game. Brian, now he's kicked to left field, getting the throw, not in time. And a nice kick there to get on first there for Brian Thomas.
Good placement, and they were being very smart. Kick the ball away from the best defensive player on the infield, that's Adrian Proctor. You can see right there, he's a little frustrated and no ball's going his way.
Now kicking for Star Bar, number 1, Lauren Kuhn, second base. She is 2 for 4 in today's game with a run score.
And I saw the stat, once the Syracuse freshman, she shot 36% from the three-point line.
Right, there's a nice bunt by Lauren, and that'll be an easy play at first. A little confusion there from Love Garden, but a great bunt. Nonetheless, Lauren Kuhn will end up at first, and Brian Thomas will end up with at second with 1 down in the top of the 8th. That'll bring up Nick Devin, and Nick Devin has raced around the base. That's 4 for 4 with 2 runs. Deep fly ball caught in center field. We haven't seen many errors in the outfield at all, Cougar. No one's really dropped some fly balls.
No.
It's just been throwing errors here in the infield and some costly base running errors.
Right, it's just it's been very solid play by the outfield. One time, Chris Ford overran the ball and let the runs go through. Other than that, pretty good night for them.
Here comes a bunt by number 14, Megan Andrews, and they'll get her out. No damage done there that time. The score still remains 9-1 as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning. Coming up for the Love Garden Squids will be Sarah Miller, the team of Adrian Proctor, Josh Behan, and the team of Katie Ashmore and Danielle Denier. We'll see which ones from both of those matchups they will put up at the plate.
And I got some updates here. Is something going on at KVKL. The KVKL finale podcast is live at the replay on Wednesday, the 31st of August. And the DJ dance party to follow. Sunday, 11th of September, is a town hall meeting at the All-American Room at Eldridge Hotel from 3 to 5 p.m. Everyone's welcome to the kickball team. KVKL party at Liberty Hall on the 18th of September. And the Fall Classic at KVKL on the 25th of September.
Sarah Miller comes up. Nice play by Chris Marshall. And there'll be 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Chris Marshall has just been a Love Garden key.
Nice little catch. And you know what Love Garden will be screaming all like, just like the old sitcom, Marshall, Marshall, Marshall.
That'll bring up Proctor. Deep fly ball left field, and that'll be caught for an out. Out number 2.
I'll tell you one thing, whenever you have a stout there at third base, it makes it a lot easier for your defense to play the position.
Katie Ashmore now up for Love Garden. 2 outs, nobody on. Love Garden has not scored a run since the 2nd inning of this game.
And this is from a team in the regular season. So for some people's surprise, 17.1 runs per game, which is number 1 in the regular season. They'll be held to 1, a lot less than their average in the regular season.
Coming in this game, of course, ranked number 2 in this tournament. Another catch by Chris Marshall. That's out number 3. 1-2-3 goes down Love Garden. And they are down, Cougar, to their last 3 runs. Coming up next, at the top of the 9th, here the Cobb Valley Kickball Championship game at House Field only, Channel 6. And we are back here at the Cobb Valley Championship game. Nerves are definitely all around in the fans and on the field as we head into the 9th and final inning.
Here's a question for you, Mike. Who is pitching on the field? Because they got to do 3 different pitchers. You know, most people can't keep track.
I cannot either.
That's Carolyn McKenna. That's tough.
Kicking is Nicole Jamison, little bunt there. The throw, ooh, get behind her, and she'll be safe at first. Instead of the throw to first base, McKenna did it before, went for the runner, and she'll be safe.
And you know, right then there, I think that the infield for Love Garden, they're just rattled. The speed has really gotten to their heads. They're not concentrating on the throws, and instead trying to be too machismo and trying just to throw at the runner instead of at the baseman.
Nick Adams has been riding dirty since Dirty died, according to this. Nice play on the right field, and he'll be safe at first. Good kick there from Nick Adams to get down the right field line. Now we've got runners at first and second with nobody out.
That's the interesting factor.
Wu-Tang Clan extraordinaire. That'll bring up Matt Maycard, the center fielder, number 24. It was 2 for 4 in today's game. Deep fly ball and caught for the first and all-important out of this inning. Check that, he's 3 for 4 going into that bat, and now 3 for 5. That'll bring off a lead up, or kicker rather, for star bar Matt Riley, who's had a roaming the bases constantly throughout this game.
It says here he invented the peg leg and seizure shimmy dance styles. Did he trademark that? I hope he did. Make some money out of that.
Kick back to the pitcher. They'll try to get the runner at third, and they will for the second out. Much better defensive play now from Love Garden.
Well done there by McKenna. Just, you know, field the ball, keep the composure, throw it at the baseman. Their job there by the pitcher.
So Matt Riley will get on first for a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Brad Kearns with 2 on and 2 out. Deep fly ball way back, but caught by left fielder Ford. And here we are, Cougar. This is what all it comes down to.
Yep.
32 teams. We got it down between 2 tonight.
Yep.
Love Garden is the home team with a 2 seed.
Yep.
Means they get to be the home team. They are down 8 runs going into last inning.
They're down 8 runs, and boy, for a team like Love Garden, who let's just look at the stats here. In the playoffs, their average runs per game is lower by almost 4 runs, and only 13.25 runs per game, which is 5th about of 16 teams in the KVKL that advanced into the Awesome Brackets championship tournament. And it's like I said before, Mike, you can't get all 8 runs at once. You got to manufacture it and not try to be the hero and try to stretch it. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself in trouble, which a couple times they've done it.
The one thing Love Garden has going for them is their top of the order. Phil Mitchell very excited about getting on as he is 0 for in today's game.
Yeah, he was 0 for 3 there. I think he was just relieved. He finally got on base. And a nice wide little smile there from the former commissioner, Phil Mitchell, who's finally got on base.
Rob Zernickel 1 for 3 in today's game. No one on. I'm trying to get something started here for Love Garden. Down 8 runs at the bottom of the last inning.
They're trying to bunt first base side, but not too close to calling bunch the catcher.
Oh, Chris Marshall again snapping it. Tough break there for Rob Zernickel. There's Chris Marshall again. It was tormenting. We're going to see a replay of that there for Chris Marshall. Hard hit ball again. Anything near Chris Marshall is going to come up with it.
He's got Velcro hands. It's not bad. Mr. Marshall, it's not bad.
Chris Ford's 3 for 3 in today's game. Boy, they need him to go 4 for 4. There's 1 out now and 1 on. The bottom of the last inning for Love Garden.
And for tonight, you've had 5 putouts.
Easy fly ball there for the first baseman. Pop fly.
Last outs.
And they're saying the ball was back to the pitcher, so Phil Mitchell has to go back to first.
It was worth a shot.
2 out. No pressure here for Walker Douglas, the catcher. He's 2 for 3 in today's game. And he needs to be there, Enrique Iglesias, for sure.
Which song?
Hero, of course.
Hero, of course.
Yeah. Or Escape. I think that was something.
Or is that the one with Anna Kournikova?
I think, yeah, that's a good one, too. Chris Marshall will throw to second. Can he get him?
No.
Oh, just off the second baseman's hands. Oh.
Oh, that was a nice play there by Chris Marshall. throw it to second as Lauren Cohn would have had the final out to win the KVKL title, but just rolled off her arms and onto the ground.
2 on, 2 out. Number 5 kicker, shortstop Ty Rader, 0 for 3 for today's game. Ty Rader trying to keep this game alive. The shot deep, and
that is it.
That'll do it. That is the game. Love Garden goes down. Star Bar Barracudas are your 2011 Kaw Valley Kickball League champions in a rout in the championship game. The crowd is letting them hear it because they played a terrific game. 9-1 final score for you.
And the way they did it, as I mentioned before, and what's the key for Star Bar Barracudas? Speed, speed, speed. If you keep the ball low, put on the ground, utilize your speed to get onto the base path, put some pressure on the defense. Most you say, try, it'd be a good strategy, but it's one thing to apply it, and they did do so. And Love Garden, they made some uncharacteristic errors. They made 5, 6 errors, and allowed Star Bar Barracudas to go around, take the extra bases, and for the capitalized errors with timely kicking, and to basically get runs through. And it's not as if they overkicked, the outfield. It was all within the infield.
All within the infield.
And put pressure on Star Bar Barracudas. A great strategy and a great year for Star Bar Barracudas, led by Chris Marshall and 2 other players. That is Matt Riley and Brad Kearns from last year's Los Luchadores squad that won the KVKL title last year. Joined forces with the old Eastside squad, along with Brad Thomas from Blue Ballers. And it was a great job by the team to come together and utilize their strength to basically get in the best position to win. They've been all season long.
So Star Bar Barracudas, they go 8-2 overall in the regular season, get the 5th seed in the tournament, get all the way to semifinals, beat the number 1 seed Peterbilt 13-4, and then win the championship game against Love Garden. You gotta give it to Star Bar.
That's right.
They didn't get by easily. They beat the number 1 and 2 seed in the tournament, and they did it in a convincing manner.
Yes.
And I want to also mention the mascot for Star Bar, Mr. Nelson, the Wonder Dog. He's actually a Barracuda dressed up as a dog. I certainly want to get his name in there.
I know he's got his name on there. I'm sure he's got the Barracuda mascot, the costume. And already they're spraying the beer on the field.
The celebration certainly has begun for Star Bar.
And not to worry, these adults are over 21, so kids, please do not try this at home if you're under 21.
Indeed. I also want to mention the honorable mention. Julie Toplicker was on the Star Bar roster but had to move to NYC for a job during the middle of the season. She played pitcher as well. It was her 2nd season, so honorable mention to her. But for the 12 individuals that are on the Love Garden roster right now,
and this is
what a great moment.
And this is the 2nd championship for these 3 players like Chris Marshall, also Matt Riley and Brad Kearns. Back-to-back championships for these 2 players. And see some of the highlights. That's Matt Riley. That's the one that won the championship. A nice play by Chris Marshall at 3rd, and that's an easy play for him. It almost makes everything look easy.
You got to think that if you're giving out an MVP award for this championship game, you can't look much farther than Chris Marshall. He goes 4 for 4, not including a fielder's choice, which he didn't get out on, but someone else did. And the defensive plays that he was making throughout the game really hurt Love Garden. Love Garden really couldn't get their bunts going. They couldn't get some small ball going themselves. And for a team like Love Garden that's used to putting up over 10 runs a game, to only put up 1 run, it was tough for them. It might have gotten their heads, certainly. I mean, Love Garden put up 9 runs the game before this, 9 runs the game before that, and 18 runs the game before that, 17 runs in their first game.
I mentioned before is that they will manufacture runs. They weren't the biggest kickers in the world, but they're a crafty veteran squad that knows how to get on base and then have timely kicking. When you have a team like the Star Bar Barracudas that gets runners on and gets runs in, puts a lot of pressure on your the opposing offense, which is Love Garden, to try to match up with it. And if you're not able to match up with it, then you know what? You're allowing the speed of Star Barracuda to basically make it game, set, match, and championship.
Long off season for Love Garden. They shouldn't hang their heads too low. They're the number 2 seed, and they certainly made this championship game. But all the glory, all the accolades, and of course that huge trophy that you see Matt Riley holding up, all that goes to the Star Bar Barracudas, the number 5 seed, coming in here, winning one of the most important trophies in Lawrence, the Kaw Valley Kickball League Trophy. For myself, Mike Anderson, and for Jason Cougar, we want to thank you for watching Channel 6 in this Kaw Valley Championship Kickball game right here on Channel 6. Tune in next year for more action right here.